Hey guys, I'm Suzanne Cunningham. Today I want to share with you two of my favorite inks. They are Bleedproof White and Finetec Arabic Gold, and I would like to address a couple of envelopes and let you see what they look like. Okay, so the first ink that I want to show you is Bleedproof White. This is my favorite white ink. Let me open this up for you and show you what it looks like. It is very, very thick. See how thick that is? So there's no way that we can use this just straight out of the jar like it is. We've got to thin it just a little bit. There are a few ways that you can do this. You can either put a little bit of water in the very top of here and then stir down about 1/4 of an inch and use that portion right there. It will thin out the very top. Or you can have a little container of water beside your ink, and every time you go to write, you can dip your nib into the water and then into the ink and then back into the water again. And then that should give you a good consistency for writing. Now, what I'm going to use today and what I normally use is I just get a dinky dip. This is a jumbo dinky dip. And I add just enough water to make it the consistency of about whole milk or whole coffee creamer. I don't know if you can see that or not. That should give you a good writing consistency. And if you do begin to write and it's a little bit thick, all you have to do is dip your nib into a little bit of water before you begin to write. So, okay, so let's address this envelope. This is my sample. I'm going to get a clean envelope. These are a beautiful gray envelope from Paper Source. And this laser level that I have is called a slider writer. This is actually not being made anymore. I hope they're going to start making it again very soon because I love mine. But in the meantime, if you want a laser level, you can just go to Home Depot, Lowe's, any hardware store and get a regular laser level and use that. So I have my ink prepped. I have it loaded on my nib. I'm going to begin to write. And I'm going to write today in a flourished copperplate. This is the style that I write in a lot. I address a lot of wedding envelopes and rehearsal dinner envelopes, parties of that nature. So this is very popular with me. And copperplate needs to be written very slowly. There are a lot of starts and stops with copperplate, so you can't rush through. You have to really take your time. And if this ink, if you're writing with it and it begins to skip on you just a little bit, all you have to do is wet your nib again. I think I need to wet my nib just a little bit. That looks better. I like to do a big round flourish on the end, right there. And these names and addresses are completely made up. So no one is having their address posted to YouTube. Okay. I need to wet my nib again. Sometimes it dries out a little bit as you write. Okay. I didn't drop that G down quite as far as I normally would because I know I have a zip code that's going to go beneath there and I don't want it to bump into it. You always have to be aware of what is going to go on the line below. Okay, and now our zip code. And I like to put little dots in between my numbers on my zip code. You don't have to. Okay, so that is the first one. I'll turn this around so we can see it. And that is your Bleedproof white. I really, really like it. Okay, next up is going to be Finetec. Okay, so the next ink that I want to share with you is Tec Watercolor. And this ink is absolutely fabulous. I love it. You can get these in a whole palette like this, and obviously I have used some of these and taken them out. You can buy the whole entire palette, or you can just buy the individual colors and custom make a palette. And these come in lots of different colors, not just golds and silvers, but all kind of metallic colors that are absolutely beautiful. The one that I use the most is going to be Arabic gold, which is this. All three of these are Arabic gold, and I just ordered these in singles because I always go through these more than any other color. And what I like to do is I just tape these to the bottom of a little dish. This way my whole entire palette does not get, you know, dirty and nasty with ink all over it, and this is much more easy to clean. So I tape it inside of a little dish. I have another one over here, and this one is going to be dirty, so forgive me for showing you my dirty one. That's a silver one that I use, and see, just any kind of little small dish is great. So I tape it inside there. The two nibs that I have found work great with Finetec. Now there may be many others, but these are the two that I have the best luck with. The modern nib that I use most often is going to be a blue pumpkin, which is a Browse Steno. I think it's 361, and I have great results with this. This is not a nib that I use any other time except for when I'm using metallic ink. This is my favorite modern nib. My favorite vintage nib is going to be a Blanzy 605. So that one's great too, but these are, you know, obviously harder to come by. So I use those very sparingly. And the thing that I like to do with the Finetec that I think is very handy is use a water pen. You just fill this with water. I get this at my local craft store. This way your water and your brush are all in one. And all you do is squeeze a little bit of water onto your Finetec, and then, and sometimes it takes a little bit extra at the very beginning to get it wet and enough ink gathered up to be able to paint onto your nib. But once you do, it doesn't take it this long every time. Okay, so I feel like I have enough ink wet. All you're gonna do is paint the back of your nib. You don't even have to paint the front side, only the back side. So I've got that. I shake it off and let that drip off. And now I am ready to write. So let's address another envelope, and this time we're going to do this in a modern script, which I really enjoy doing. It goes a little bit faster than the Copperplate does, but we're going to use the same name and address. Okay. See how beautiful that shows up? The Arabic gold is my favorite. I use it most often, definitely. I also use Tibet gold quite a bit. Honestly, I use Tibet gold though if I'm out of the Arabic gold. I really do like it a lot. Okay, now I need to reload. I'm going to paint the back of my brush, my nib. And this is just on some navy craft paper that I had at home. Modern definitely goes faster than Copperplate. Okay, now our address. Okay, now for our city and state. Okay, now here's a code. And there we go. Sometimes when I write in a modern script, I will leave off the little dots in between my numbers. I think it looks a little less formal to do that. So there you have it. So we've looked at Bleedproof white, which is right here, and we've looked at our Finetec, and we've made 2 beautiful envelopes. Alright guys, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, you can follow me on Instagram, and make sure you follow Calligraphy Masters on this YouTube channel.